Hello everybody, I'm Steve McNeal, Superintendent of Schools here in Beloit. I want to take a minute and update everybody on a reconfiguration that we did last year. There's been a lot of talk about, was it good for kids, was it good for us financially, how did we end up? Because we know it was hard on people, and we know it's hard on not only our staff that had to do a lot of the moving and the heavy lifting, but on parents and on children. That being said, it was a needed and much very important thing for us to do, in that we had $11.3 million deficit that came to us for many different reasons, the largest part being the defunding that many public schools had from the state and federal governments as their budgets were getting tighter. So we took and went to the Board of Education last year and said, we can't continue to do things the same way we always did. And we proposed to them the idea of reducing from 12 elementary schools down to 10. The Board of Education listened to us and asked many of the reasons why. And the biggest reasons was, one, it would save us money. The second, and maybe most important reason, is it might educationally be better for kids. That we would be able to put more teachers of each grade level together for better collaboration, to help educate our kids in more of a team approach instead of individual. We saved money, about $2 million, by taking and reconfiguring and bringing our staff together as we did. By the better consolidation of staff and resources, we saved $2 million that way, and we were able to reduce some principals, we were able to reduce some secretarial staff and other staff associated that we didn't need now in 2 buildings that we had before. We reopened Royce Elementary School and made it a 4K mega center, and by consolidating staff and resources there, we saved about $300,000. Now, one of the surprise bonuses that we hoped for it, but we didn't know if we'd get, was the increase in SAGE money that came to our district. Last year we had about 42% of our kids, 5 out of our 12 schools were SAGE. By our reconfiguration, by putting all of our K-3 kids, which is where you get funded for SAGE, all together in 6 buildings instead of 12, we had hoped that we would increase the SAGE money. We applied to the state and they asked if we could get the 6 school funded SAGE, and they did that. Now with 100% of our kids funded SAGE, we got an additional $2.1 million in funding, which meant that our total savings out of our reconfiguration is $4.4 million, which we feel every single year, not just last year, but every year now, we're saving that $4.4 million, which is helping keep our class sizes down, making sure that we keep programs in our district, and serving our kids the best we can. We hope that this has helped to inform you on why we did the reconfiguration, and if you have any questions, always feel free to call us. Thank you.